Hello, everyone. I'm Irina, your relationship specialist with astrological influence. Today, we start our first astrology-based podcast, matchmaking podcast for love and career seekers. It's a lot of challenging things happening in the world now. COVID challenge, war. That's why our mission today is to spread light, love, and to bring meaningful connection to people who are looking for that. So my guests are never ever scared for that life-changing conversation to face the reality, to face the truth, and to change their life forever for better. Today we celebrate three things. Actually, first of all, retrograde Mercury is over. That is very important for us so we can do our startups. Second thing, as Stars About Stars is born. And third thing that is very, very important for me, that I can prove to everybody that love is important, not only for women, because I have great, fantastic guest who is a man with an incredible, big heart, bigger than entire America. Pete Tartaglione. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Fantastic. Looking forward to this.
Great. I'm so proud to have you in my studio. It's very important for me, you know that.
Thank you for having me.
So today we are talking about you, and only you. First of all, are you really ready for that conversation?
Absolutely.
Great. So my first question is, Pete, I know I took your data before. I looked a little bit on your chart, what stars say about you. And are you born December 11th in Brooklyn, New York, 1955?
Yes.
Great. So, first of all, 11 is a number in numerology, means strength and justice. And the year of birth gives 20. That means a lot of judgment. Tell me, does it relate? Is it true? Is justice is connected to your lifestyle or your life mission?
Deputy sheriff, retired, 34 years.
Wow. Tell us more about your mission, how it happened to your life. What it was your gift? It was your mission. What did you feel about that? What is your calling?
You know, people say, what do you do when you grow up? And you say, I don't know. I had a business. I was an examiner. And then I just took a civil service test in New York and worked for the department and came to Florida in 1985, went to the sheriff's office, retired 7 years ago. Can't ask for anything better than that.
You see, that's a real man sitting in front of me. Another time, I'm proud of you. So your Mars in Scorpio actually gives me opportunity to understand that you always dig the truth. Tell me, when was the most incredible moment when your intuition brought you to the truth and you understand, oh my God, couldn't happen, but it did?
Trying to zero in on what you're saying.
When your intuition brought you to understanding of the truth?
Early on, I believe, because pretty much been on my own since I'm a young man. Got married when I was 20 years old. And after my mom passed away when I was 16, it put me in a situation where you got to pull up your bootstraps and go for it, you know. And I was pretty much on my own at an early age. And I think that made me stronger today because of that.
Yeah, intuition and connection to God helps a lot, definitely. Your second important number is 12. That speaks of energy, of creativity, and that you love to learn things nonstop, being a student. Do you have any hobbies? And is it important for you to find a woman that will share with you those hobbies?
Well, one of my hobbies is sports memorabilia. I have a lot of good friends that professionals that I keep in contact with. I just recently spoke to Johnny Bench before I got on this podcast. And I do a lot of work for charity. And I would say it's more of a hobby than anything else. I mean, I enjoy doing it. I like to give back. I like to play golf. I like to get together with the guys and have a cigar once in a while.
Do you want your woman to smoke cigar or not?
Oh, listen, there are a few out there that do. So.
So you don't mind smoking,
No.
woman? That's great. Let's go closer to love. That's what we need to understand. Who is your ideal lady?
Yeah.
So Sun conjunction Mercury gives you unfortunately, some kinds of loss in family. You already shared about your mom. Does it relate? Is it true that you had something like life-changing moment about that changed you a lot in life?
11 years ago, my wife passed away.
And do you have kids, if I could ask?
Yes, I do. Excuse me, a little choked up.
Yeah. Sorry, I appreciate your honesty. And you know what?
I have 2 kids. I have a 38-year-old daughter and a 42-year-old daughter who's married and have 2 grandchildren.
You know, Petey, some heroes in this studio I know, some I don't. But I told you at the beginning, your heart is bigger than entire America. And every day of my life, I get a proof of that. I'm proud to be not only host today and talking to you, but I'm proud to be your friend, if I could say that.
I feel the same way.
Thank you. So Venus, what about your Venus planet of love?
I don't know, tell me.
Yes, actually it gives you a foreign partner. So my question is, America, it's so open, so many mentalities, nationalities, everybody is different, everybody is unique. But still in your heart, do you have any expectations? What is your ideal woman? She's foreigner, she's local, what's her mentality, religion?
No, I really don't care in that regard. No, there's no checklist, if you will. Just want a woman that's mature, no drama, pretty, of course, intimate, affectionate. That's what I'm looking for. And a relationship, not a, one day with one day with another, nothing like that.
Woman.
I like to, I'm 100% for one person.
I know that.
I don't share,
Actually, that I gave promise to myself before to start this show that everybody going to be here only who is serious, who's looking for love and career in a very serious way. And yeah, definitely you want a woman who is ready for commitment. That's very important.
Exactly.
To find your destiny. So your main number is 7. It means that you're very active, that you're very fast. Tell me something, I don't know, maybe fun or entertainment. What was your fastest decision? And actually, when you see a woman, she's crossing the street or she's sitting in the bar or whatever she does, how many minutes or seconds or many days or months take for you to understand it's your woman or not?
It doesn't take long. This woman I just met recently, we sat down, we had coffee.
Yeah.
And there was a connection and we pursued it. So we'll see where that takes us.
Great. I'm so happy. Actually, I think I'm happy as a woman in my private life. And that's why I decided to try to bring this piece of happiness to the other people.
Right.
So your Uranus gives you change place of living. We are talking about planets. For those people who are not into astrology, Uranus, it's a planet that gives a lot of changes in life. You told me that you moved from New Jersey, from New York.
From Brooklyn.
Apologies, yes. To Florida. How did it happen? What brought you there?
Believe it or not, I was teaching a class at the academy in New York, and another instructor came in and wanted to talk about how do you communicate with people. And she showed that you could communicate not only with words, but you could communicate with material. And she had this thing, it says, come to Boca West. Now, I was praying about selling my house and moving to Boca. And I asked the good Lord, can you give me a sign? So she gives me this paper. She says, she's telling me, she says, I'm going to instruct the people on how to communicate and so on and so forth. And I'm going to use this advertisement that's here, sends a message. I looked at it, it said Boca West. So I brought it home. I said to my wife, can you believe this? I was looking for a sign. I'm moving to Boca West. So I put the house on the market, sold it that weekend. And we got here in August of 85. And in September of 85, it started with the sheriff's department. That fast. My youngest was 16 months old. My oldest was 4. So that was a good move for them because I didn't get planted in New York. And I gave up a beautiful house, but it's the best move. No regrets.
Florida is absolutely amazing. I would never believe it's like paradise, good lifestyle, quality, and really nice people coming here. It's amazing. Yeah, great move. So you are that one who believes in science. That's great. to have spiritual man next to you. Another thing, 12 and 13 years old, very intense childhood memories. A lot of optimism. I guess you were a very fun kid.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a feeling of that because I know how fun you are being an adult.
Yeah. You've seen me in action, yes.
What is your most vivid memory about your childhood?
My most vivid memory. Well, I lived across the street from an elementary school, directly across the street. And every day I was outside playing, whether it was playing basketball or handball or football or whatever the story may be. That schoolyard was right across the street from my house. So that's where I found myself every day. It was probably the best thing that I had. Today, the kids are in the house. They're on their computers. They're not outside like they used to be. And that was a great thing for me. My mother and father wouldn't have any question. Hey, Peter should just yell out the window and tell him it's time for dinner. And I just come across the street. It was great to have that childhood. I took some people a couple of years ago from here that I worked with. We went to a conference, a police conference. And he says, I want to see where you grew up. I took them where I grew up. They said, wow, you lived in that house, which is still there, of course, and the schoolyard, and down the block was a park. So everything was there. It was a great childhood. Each and every day, I mean, I can't think of anything that made me sad about growing up. I had a great childhood. I wouldn't raise my kids there because the city has changed, but back in the day was nice.
Yeah, you know, our kids' memories, they build us up and they give us a lot. And our challenges and our vision of life and our values and our goals and destination and our pains as well. So it's great when you're born and raised up as a happy kid. You know what was if I could share, it's you and only you, but I was thinking the other day, what was the most vivid memory for me being a kid? And then I understood, oh my God, that was the day I was born in Crimea, Ukraine, when my grandpa brought me to feed the birds.
Oh.
And, you know, it was so romantic the other time when my beloved mom, she told me, oh, do you want to go to the lake to feed the birds? I said, oh my God, that's like feeling like family, you know? That's a good one.
Sweet.
That's what we remember, being an adult, passing through everything in life, ups and downs, but that's what we remember, little things. Okay, so you know what I forgot to ask you about Iranians, about changing place of life. So now you have two beautiful daughters who are living their separate life. And if you meet a great woman and she is ready for you and you understand that, would you like to live together or you prefer still keep the distance and live two separate lives?
I think you have to play it by ear. First off, you know, to see, yes, to be together with them, spending more time throughout let's say a 6-month period to see how, you know,
yeah,
living with somebody moving in immediately is not probably the way to go. Okay. You got to feel that person. You have to feel comfortable with that person. And eventually if I find the right person, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Coming back to little things about being big Petey and little Petey, being in your own age now, sitting in front of me, if you would see yourself being a little guy, what would be the right advice for this little Petey? How to live the life? What's your value?
My advice to a little Petey is enjoy life. Don't take things that serious because you're just going to have bad karma. Okay. Always plan your future. All right. Don't wait for someone to do something for you. Do it yourself. You know, you have to look ahead and think about what tomorrow will bring. We can't predict the future, but every action has a reaction, of course. And you have to say to yourself, you know, what do I need to do? Where do I want to be in the future? So you have to have a game plan, so to speak. That's my advice, having a game plan.
Great. You know, I admire one woman, actually, I think it's not only me, who loves her May Mask. She has a book recently published in many, many languages, translated nowadays. Woman has to have a plan. Now I understand man has to have a plan too.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we continue with you. Venus in Aquarius, 14 years old, first pocket money could appear. So how did you earn your first money? By that time, still little Petey, teenager. And what did you spend them on?
Well, when I was young, I'm talking about 7 years old.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you this. It's really funny, and I don't mind sharing it because it's the truth. I used to go to this pizzeria. Next to the pizzeria was an Italian-American club, okay? And the guys in the Italian-American club, I don't have to tell you who they may be or who they were, but they used to say, do me a favor, Petey. You say like that, do me a favor, Petey. Vieni qua. In Italian, say, come over here. Give me a little paper bag, okay? And take this and bring it to the luncheonette, which was 2 blocks away. And when I came back, did you do it? Yes. And give me $1 or $2, and I go and buy baseball cards.
That's a move.
Right. Well,
very manly.
My father asked me where I got the money to buy the baseball cards. So I says, well, the guy in the Italian-American club gave me this bag to go bring someplace. And he says, you can't do that anymore. He says, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, there were numbers in the bag and people were playing the numbers and they brought it to the guy that registered the numbers. So I was the bag man, so to speak. So everybody,
they stopped your business, your first business.
But I could buy a baseball card for 5 cents. So I could buy a box for $2. My father was saying, you can't do that no more. You don't. So I couldn't really understand what he meant because I was too young to comprehend. But later on, when I got older, I realized that what I was doing wasn't proper.
Yeah.
So that was my first earnings of money, if you will.
So now you grew up, you're a man, and of course, I know that you're a very caring man. What is your favorite surprise for a woman? We are not talking about money issues themselves. I'm talking about something that you would invest, I don't know, flowers or cinema or trip or something. What is important for you to deliver for a woman?
Well, of course, flowers is always welcome by a woman. But going on a nice vacation together, surprising the woman, say, hey, we're going here, and then on that vacation, you have a wonderful time. I mean, that's because I'm of a giving person. So, I always want to give. And I see how elated the person may be because of that. You give them some flowers, we're going to go on a cruise, things of that nature, and say, wow, but that's what I like to do. I like to give.
Petey, you shared with me before and you explained me in American English what is difference between to love and to be in love. Could you say your opinion here on air in front of everybody?
Absolutely. You may love somebody because you're comfortable with them, you enjoy their company, things of that nature. But to be in love with somebody, I mean, it's more than that. It's not only intimacy, it's caring, do anything for them, But there is a difference. There's a complete difference, I mean, I love you. I love being with you, right? I love talking with you.
I love you too, you know that.
But the next step is...
Yes.
And there's no other way to explain it,
Yeah, you love your friends, you love your family, but you're deeply in love with your chosen one.
Right, exactly.
Great. So, 16 years old, some aspects of Moon and Venus another time, planet of love, harmonious relationship with women. Tell me now, what is this age about 16 years old when you're so much experienced already in love? Is it true? And when was your first love and what did it teach you?
Well, it was 1 year prior to that. I was 15 when I first met my wife.
15?
I was 15.
You're a lucky guy.
And we went out for a while. We broke up and went back and forth. Then when she was 17, I asked her for a hand in marriage.
Oh my God. That's a story.
And 18, when she turned 18 and I was 20, we got married.
That's a special blessing to meet your Mr. or Mrs. Destiny in an early age and to go through life together. Thank you for sharing. 25 years old, your Mercury in Aquarius, understanding things about your goals or maybe change at work. Does it relate? What was by that time, 25 years old?
Well, at 25, my youngest daughter was born.
25. Cool.
25. And again, your life changes completely because now it's not all about you.
One-way ticket.
Now it's about, raising a child into this world. So you start to think about, what am I doing here, And that's one of the concerns that I had when I moved to Florida. I mean, she was young when we moved. And I said, that was the plan. I says, I want to have a better life for her. you know. And I had a business, had an Italian deli in New York. Did that for 4 years. And that wasn't what I was really looking for. It was nice to own a business, but that's not what I was looking for. And then I went to go work for the department. So at 25, there was a lot of things happening at that time, a lot of things going on.
Thank you. It's so interesting to remember your past, like when people ask me about astrology, I always remind astrology, it's all about potential because we are creators of our life. And of course, there is always connection with God or power of universe or high spirits. You can call it in your own way.
Right.
People believe in different things. But, like our past, it's so interesting. It builds you up. That's why I never in my sessions, individual sessions or talking to my guests here in studio, I never speak about future because I don't want to touch it. It's something that belongs only to you and to the power of the universe. And from my side, when we speak about your past, to understand you better, to open your heart, to get the right key, to this love connection, that's so beautiful and important. Thank you for each answer you give me.
Makes you stronger.
Definitely. 33. It's a powerful number, you know that. So your Saturn in Sagittarius, authority of a person is connected to discipline and endurance. What was your occupation by that time?
I was a deputy sheriff.
Okay. And for example, do you have anything what you're still doing? You told me you have some hobbies, you do some charities. Do you attend still or organize some events connected with your life mission?
Yes. In the PBA, which is the Police Benevolent Association, we have a tournament each year, a golf tournament, raise money for charity. And then we have a policeman's ball each year.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which is really nice. We usually have Trump International, and it's a beautiful venue, and I do the silent auction for them. Right now I'm gathering items for the golf tournament, raffle items, we're getting donations. And I love doing that. I do that for so many different other agencies, locally, if you will. And I just love doing that. I mean, it just makes me feel good, giving back. And then some of my stuff I donate as well, because I have my connections with sports memorabilia. We just did a show in Palm Beach Convention Center this weekend, which is very, very successful. And I'm home all day. I have a little dog that I love.
Oh, tell me about your dog.
My little dachshund, she's so sweet. She's 14 years old. But, I can't stay home all the time, because she doesn't talk to me, so.
That's why we need a woman. She will respond and give you words of love.
I hope so.
Of course.
She gives me love in other ways, but my little baby, she's so cute and keeps me sane. It really does. When my wife was getting sick prior to her passing, she went and got this dog. And I said, "What are you doing with a dog? We never had a dog." She says, "I need a dog." And she passed, and I have the dogs 14 years now.
Great.
Yeah.
It wakes you up. It gives you warmth. Waiting for you at home.
Yeah.
Pity. So we still are working on the ideal image of your woman. We have to understand you have a dog. Is it important for you that your woman will appreciate that and be a dog lover, or maybe she can love cats or some other animals, iguanas?
No, not iguanas.
You don't want to
There's
live
somebody I know that's deathly afraid of those iguanas. I don't know who it is.
That's somebody in front of you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's very important. It's very important. Doesn't necessarily have to have their own, but you're going to be able to come to my home and show a little love to the dog too.
Definitely.
I can't give you all the love, but you get some love from the dog as well.
But let's say now there is fantastic woman. I know you had a beautiful date, so of course we respect it a lot. But I mean, if there is some wonderful woman listen to us now, this podcast, and she says, "Oh my God, that's my hero. He's honest, he's kind, he's manly, he has such a great charisma. I want to call to us or follow us in our social media and let him know that I exist on this planet waiting for maybe to meet him." And she loves cats. Will it prevent you from something?
No, my daughter was here last weekend. She had her cat with her. And you met my daughter, the younger one.
She's incredible. She's a fire. This girl is on fire. That's about your daughter. I love her. The way she dances, I don't know. who's dancing better than her? Maybe only you. Okay. So you're open mind to that questions as well. And what about coming back to work and charity? You're doing a lot of support in charity. Do you want your woman to go with you? Because I understand that you have your men's society, okay? Can she attend those meetings with you?
Absolutely. She could participate.
So women are accepted
Absolutely.
And they are welcome. Oh, great.
Young woman that I was with just recently, she used to partake in the events, and I like that. That's nice. I want you. It does something to me. It makes you feel like, that you go along with the game plan, if you will. You know what I mean? That you want to be with me and you want to do things with me, and I would do the same for them. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be one way. It's both ways.
Always. That's
if they have something they want me to participate in, why not?
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. So another question, because we spoke about your huge professional experience. You had a business. You were a businessman. You dealt with the government. You were really hero, not only in this studio, but I want to know, for example, let's say you meet a woman and she's telling you, Piri, I love spending time with you. I want to go like to walk your dog in the park, to spend time with your friends, to be with you in cigar lounge, whatever, but I work. So I have my schedule, part-time, full-time. Do you want your woman to work, or that's something like red flag? Okay, she doesn't give me full energy. I'm not ready for that.
I don't need a woman to work. If she wishes to work, that's her business. Sometimes people need to do certain things, like I need to get out of the house and do my thing. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's necessary for them to work monetarily, they may need it. I don't know, but that's not an issue. The woman that I'm going to be with tonight, I mean, she works, and God bless her. You know what I mean? But if the relationship goes to another level, then and we happen to move in together and stuff like that, if she wants to continue to work, that's fine. That's her business. I'm not going to take away something that's part of their life.
Yeah.
I did my thing already. You know what I mean? I'm 67 years old, and I did my thing. So I'm not working anymore. But this past weekend I worked. Yesterday I worked to help my friend out with his business. But I can wake up tomorrow morning and say, I don't want to do anything. I want to go have a cigar.
Good. That's a nice thing to have that opportunity, right. Especially here.
That was part of the game plan.
Of course. That's why you work hard all your life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. So we got a great man who really wants your woman to do what she loves and wants in life. Supportive, caring, understanding. Mm-hmm. Aspects of possible injuries I see in your natal map, that is through astrology, is individual horoscope. Did it happen to you through life? And what was actually your biggest test in life when you felt like destiny is testing you?
My wife used to say I had 9 lives. The first is we came back from shopping for Thanksgiving, and we had a lot of stuff in the trunk of the car that we're bringing inside. And I went out to the car to bring this box in, and my wife was inside. My daughter, my oldest daughter, was the only one that we had at the time. She was out the bay window looking out. Came home. My wife ran in to use the bathroom, and I'm bringing the stuff in. When I walked out, there was a young man, took a gun from underneath his jacket, and says, "Get inside." Well, I immediately reacted. I jumped on him. I punched him, hit his head on the fence. The gun drops, right? But I felt this burning sensation on my shoulder. After, he got up, I threw him over the fence, and he got up, he jumped in the car, and he took off. Somebody was waiting for him. I had this burning sensation. I actually got shot on my shoulder. It grazed my shoulder. And I called my brother-in-law, and he took me to the hospital. And it was a gunshot wound. Thank God I didn't have my head tilted. I would have got it in the head, but just grazed the shoulder.
Left side?
Yeah.
It's considered to be closer to the heart, like mom's side, women's side. Yeah.
And that was devastating. That now became a little bit of a nut job. Always, who's at the door? What's going on? Looking behind me constantly. You get a little crazy after something like that, you know. And then when I was, I'll give you the next issue. When I was 38, I was working sheriff's department, had some chest pains, and they wound up doing an angioplasty. They found one of my arteries clogged. Yep. And then after that, back in, was it 2001, I think it was, they found a AAA, an aneurysm in my aorta, abdominal aorta. Now, only by chance that they would find this is that when someone had a car accident, somebody hit me from behind. I went to the chiropractor. The chiropractor said, listen, I'm going to do an MRI. And in the MRI, he sees this problem, this AAA, they call it. And he calls his brother up, who's a doctor in Texas, and he says, send me that. I want to take a look at it. He says, he's got an aneurysm in his aorta. He needs to take care of that. So I immediately went to a specialist, and he told me, he says, listen, it's not that big, but it starts to grow. You need to have that surgery. And I had that surgery, and they fixed it. So, like, you know, am I that lucky, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Meant to be.
Yep.
Everything happens for a reason. Sorry to hear that tough experience, but I mean, it
makes you stronger.
Definitely, always. We're all students in this school of life, you know. So we have not only giver, not only keeper, we have somebody who can protect you. We have a great protector here in studio. That's very important for women to get this feeling of protection. That's why I always say to my clients when they ask what is the most important for women, I don't want to say about like all women on the planet, but I'm a woman, I represent this sex, so I think that it's very important from our nature to feel this protection. Mm-hmm. So, what is annoying for you in relationship? What could really turn you off?
Drama.
Got it.
Period. Drama.
No drama.
No, you can't have any drama.
Enjoy life.
We're not talking about present. We're not talking about emotion or anything. We're talking about drama. If you got issues and you have things going on in your life, then you can't. Then don't bleed me. Don't drain me. Don't drain my soul, because I'm going to give you 100%. I'm going to help you. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make our relationship work. But you just can't. You know, how much can you give? So, what I say, drama. I mean, you got issues, take care of them. If you can't take care of them, then, you know, if I could help you, I'd be more than happy to help you. But at some point, it says it's enough.
You know, I read an interesting article about relationship because I studied a lot and never enough for me, that men have 3 main loves during all life. And you know, I really do believe in men's life, because when men love, oh my God, that could be forever, for ages. So you are ready for love number. Do you believe in that concept at all, about 3 loves for a man?
Yeah.
And if you meet the right woman, already met maybe tomorrow, or already happened to you, that's going to be your love number?
I don't know. We'll see.
You don't know. You didn't count how many big loves you had during life. Your wife?
You're absolutely right. Yes, there have been 2. There have been 2, yes.
So you're ready for number 3?
Yes, I am.
That's good.
I am.
Thank God. Heart is open, because it's very important to be willing, you know, I want relationship. I would love to have a relationship. Really to be open, not scared. Mm-hmm. To be accepted, to be loved, and to give love. That's very important.
Absolutely.
Okay, 58 years old, your Mercury shows changes in papers and place of living. Does it relate? Is it true?
Come again. Say that again.
58 years old, your Mercury shows or change in papers or change in place of living.
Well, not a change in place of living. My wife passed away when I was 58. So that's, you know, you could figure she's been gone 11 years or so, maybe right around that age. Yeah. And that was a big change. And I was thinking about selling my house and moving, but I decided not to. I'm comfortable there. You know, I have my patio, I have my pool, you know, yeah. The neighbors been there for 37 years now. And there's still a lot of my neighbors there. So, you know, where am I going? You know, where am I going to, especially the way a housing market is today, but I'm comfortable there.
Yeah. Sorry for bringing you there to that type of memory. I just see numbers and, like I'm questioning you.
Yeah.
I have to know, unfortunately, there are some aspects that are very connected.
Sure.
Yes. So 67, actually, it's my final question. Sun's in opposition to Jupiter. Sun, it's our man's side, our father's like shining star, and Jupiter, it gives a lot of spreads everything what is beautiful in life, whatever. So excessive optimism, life understanding, 3 main qualities for you today when you are Piri here in front of me, understanding life, having 2 beautiful daughters, having great, real, honest friends around you.
I do.
Understanding what is real love because you had 2 of those and you know how much you can dedicate yourself to a woman in a relationship. Give me 3 main characteristics that are very important for you in your ideal woman.
Honesty, loyalty. Honesty, loyalty, and true love.
True love.
True love, yeah.
And what is your ideal picture of the world? Like little thing, if you would tell me now, I can make any kind of dream come true. You're waking up, you're having your coffee, you're sharing sunset with your girlfriend or maybe future wife. What could be the ideal world for you now?
Well, first off, I do wake up in the morning, take the dog out, and I sit down and have a cup of coffee. But it would be nice to have somebody by my side.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. It would be nice.
And how your day continues, what's going to be, I mean, like your regular day, because women hear you and they say, oh my God, that's what I want to share as well. I want that sunset. I want that sunrise. I want, I don't know, meditate together. I want to do sports together. I want to do the hike together. What's going to be your leisure, your hobbies together, your sharing life together?
Well, as you very well know, we have a good group of friends.
Oh, yes.
And we love to go out to dinner together. We have a great time together. And I want to continue to do that. Okay. I like the woman to, how do you tell her, take my kids, let's go to Tampa. Let's go see the kids. Okay. And she says, yeah, let's go. I want that woman to be my partner. And it's same for her. I mean, she's going to look for me to be that person as well. So it's not only one way, it's both sides.
Thank you so much. And my last request for you, Piri, you know that, as I mentioned before, a lot of things, suffering things are happening always, never, nonstop. It's not something that I want to talk about war or COVID or whatever. Life is nonstop, a trial, a challenge. Every life is unique. Every path is never the same. And people now, with their belief, with their faith in love and blessing, are listening to you. Women and men, what would you wish to your listeners, to your followers today in this podcast for love and career seekers?
I want people to understand that there's no tomorrow unless you want it to be a tomorrow. I mean, you have to make sure that you know what you're looking for, what you want in life. Don't just wing it, if you will. Go out there and make something of yourself. Have a good relationship with people. Give back. Very important to give back, because you're going to get it back tenfold, as the Bible says. And it's a good feeling to do that. There's no future if you don't make a future. It's all about you. It's about the individual that you are. You can't do it unless you have this inside to do the right thing for people. Okay, it's very, very important to give back. I mean, you've heard me say that numerous times in this small conversation. I want people to love thy neighbor, if you will. Okay, it says that in the Bible as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and that's about the best information I can give.
Piri, thank you. I think that was a great conversation. I hope people heard us and they really, this vibe of honesty, of truth, of love to life, to your friends, to your families.
Right.
this huge respect that you deliver to this planet, because I know the way you live.
You have to open up your heart.
Yes, open up your heart. And I think with your honesty, you help me to bring this, great opening of hearts and of this show today. I really thank you. And, that's my moment to thank only not to you being my hero, my first hero today, but to thank everybody who supported me in this life-changing mission. That's actually 2 countries. First country where I came from, that is Ukraine, and my roots and my family. United States, that became my new motherland, that accepted me and gave me opportunity to be here and to spread this vibe of life to you. And I really want to thank to this beautiful but popular studio where we film it. Incredible team, Vertigo Group. They created incredible website for me. And friends, family, I repeat it again, and my beloved one who inspires and supports me every day. I'm blessed. And I wish everyone to have this blessing in life, to be surrounded by the best people, to do whatever you want to do in life, to follow your mission, and to give something beautiful. And we are giving this hopefully opportunity. So for those who are not scared for this life-changing conversation, to face real you and hopefully to meet your destiny on air in this studio with me, your relationship specialist with a little bit of astrological influence, you're more than welcome. You want to say something?
Yes, I want to say something.
Please.
I want to congratulate you for doing this.
Thank you.
That's number one. And I hope this journey that you're on is very successful.
Thank you, Piri.
God bless you.
I appreciate your greetings and thank you so much. And for those who really want to join this journey, you're more than welcome to visit us through our official website, www.starsaboutsstars.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all the same name as my YouTube channel, when you're going to see our video very soon. And of course, listen to us in Spotify and Apple Podcast, or whenever you listen to your favorite podcast. With a lot of love, faith, belief, and trust to the universe, Irina.